The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25.
Here we go. Who's 30?
They'll run with the NC State man. It's Jalen Samuels.
Number 30.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Woods on the tackle.
They'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
First down. And
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. Then it's brought in by Washington. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
And 8 yards.
8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. They go draw play. This is Samuels. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys.
Down, Cowboys.
Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Sirline connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10.
Heading back out there, Jalen Samuels. He's probably a little angry at himself. It was his fumble, obviously, a moment ago that led to the scoop and score touchdown that has him down early.
And now we find out about the psychology aspect of being a coach. Because when you have a guy, that's just happened.
And right away, he lost the football. And the Cowboys have recovered. Now Dak Prescott leading the way onto the field. His 5th year now as a starter as he gets the keys again to this Dallas Cowboys offense.
You hear so many discussions about Dak Prescott. Is he one of the top quarterbacks in the league? Is he still ascending? What does he need to do to get there? All I know is that when he's in control of the Dallas offense, they were number 1 in the league last year in terms of yards per play, and he was 2nd in the league in passing yards with over 4,900. This guy gets it done, and his team really likes him as their leader.
Sliding out of the pocket, and this one quickly to Lamb. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Prescott to the rookie Lamb, 1st down Cowboys. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you give the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, we've had that conversation with prior to the game, they always say, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
1st and 10. At their own 20-yard line.
Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play.
On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
And 10.
Ebron caught left side. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter.
That's the end of
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Steelers nothing.
And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. Second down.
The line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
On second down, here's Roethlisberger.
They're giving him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Now bad hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys.
Rex Zerline lining up.
This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
It's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, here's Samuels. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. Taken in at the 22. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. C.D. Lamb with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard.
Heading back out there, Jalen Samuels. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit. Maybe featuring other people touching it for a while. And then you get a chance to come back to it when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Well, still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. A gain of 6 there on first. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Now Ben hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Roethlisberger. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
Complete to Jalen.
And the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. On the right hash, officially, this will be a 51-yard attempt. And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it online, but it comes up about a rotation short. And you just kind of get the sense that this team's been snake-bitten a little bit here. They just have not had anything go their way.
It's like they collectively walked under a ladder on their way into the stadium. What else could go wrong?
That's caught inside the 20. And finally, he's taken down at the 18. So we've come to and just like that, on we head to half number 2.
Steelers, nothing.
The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This is Tony Pollard. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Blake Jarwin, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Here's the man who's led the NFL in rushing twice in his 4 seasons, Ezekiel Elliott. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys! Ezekiel Elliott, touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Cowboys add on.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Zerline good with a PAT. And that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. We focus our attention now on the quarterback, Ben Roethlisberger. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, These are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Now Ben on 3rd and long. Now Ben hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys.
Touchdown, Cowboys.
So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's caught inside the 10, and he gets in. And no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead.
All right, partner, one more time. Our whole lives, you put the ball on the 3-yard line, kick the extra point. 2015, they put it on the 15 to kick the extra point. 2016, they said, we're leaving it there. So if you want to fake it, that's a long way to go. And they got it done.
I was going to say they had a 15-yard play in their back pocket.
You don't see that on too many play sheets, do you?
No. Ryan Switzer on the return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys.
Greg Zuerlein.
And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice you're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Taken in the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Running to start the drive is Samuels. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now this pass to Vance McDonald complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
And his throw here is incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Dallas, Texas is the spot. 3rd quarter inside AT&T Stadium. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10. Shotgun handoff to Samuels. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
No gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line.
At their own 8-yard line.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Escaping the pressure right. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Intended for Dalton.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
To 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Prescott dancing to his left. He's going to take off with it. And they work this out past the 25. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Oh, boy.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more.
Steelers, nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will make it into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter. Setting up the screen, this is Samuels, and he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Roughing the passer, defense.
So mark off the yardage for roughing the passer.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal. And I think a little frustration.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And guys, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Now they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Now Elliott. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here comes Ryan Switzer to return it. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Now been hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and
Prescott here to throw.
23-yard.
Got an open man, the tight end Jarwin. And they got it inside the 10 at the 8. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had